We're live. Hello, everyone. Back with Grandma Tanner, Thursdays at 3. And today we are going to be making, I'm not making nothing, honey apple pecan bread pudding. I did post the recipe on our feed in our post there just a few minutes ago. So, Grandma Tanner, take it away.
Okay. I'm going to be talking about one of these mixes that we sell. It's Country Home Creations. And there's, on the inside of this, there's quite a few little recipes. And we sell these cinnamon honey graham pretzels. And these, if you just make the dip, these are really good. If you're going to have a party or something, those pretzels are really good. They're kind of different. Okay, so I took this mix and I mixed it with some hot water. And this, so these little apples in here, they can kind of soak up that water. A half a cup of hot water. And then I'm going to use, it calls for 5 eggs. And our chickens are laying green eggs.
Green eggs and ham.
Green eggs and ham. So I'm going to use them today. And when you do this, always, especially if you have children, because they might get a shell in there. So I crack into each egg separate. Another green egg.
Does that mean they're not ripe?
Might be. There's 3. It calls for 5 eggs.
Oh, there's your shell.
Yeah, that's why I do
these
that.
These are the eggs that were laid here, and sometimes farm eggs have a harder shell than the eggs you buy in the store, just because of what they're eating.
They get a lot of salads, lettuce, tomatoes, and all that stuff from our bakery, from the noon lunches. And they love that. Good.
So you got 5 eggs in there.
I got 5 eggs in there. Now I will beat them. I always, if you're going to use eggs in a recipe, I always like to beat them first. Now, the eggs are not in this order, but beat those eggs up really good. I think it makes your, whatever you're baking, a little fluffier. Okay, then it calls for 2 cups of milk. I had that measured out, and a cup and a half of, or a cup and a fourth of white sugar. So we'll put that in there.
Charlie was asking what we're making. We're making honey apple pecan bread pudding.
That all together, and then of course we have our really good vanilla. So you put 1 teaspoon of vanilla in there. Vanilla always adds a lot. We use this vanilla in our caramel apples and all the caramel that we make. So this morning, yesterday I had this bread. I put it out on a plate or a pan and kind of dried it. So you use bread that is like day old or something like that you can use. So I cubed that, and you put that in your...
Is this just wheat bread?
Yep, it's just wheat bread.
That you put on, laid out yesterday for a little bit?
I laid it out yesterday, and I cut it up this morning. So you stir this up really good. And then you take this and you pour it over this bread. Now we make a bread pudding in the...
Oops, you spilled it all over, Mary.
Oh my goodness, how did I do that?
No,
I got too close to the edge there.
You're still spilling out the back.
Wow.
What'd you do? Grandma Tanner.
Yeah, I dripped a little bit on the floor.
Made a mess. It's not
So
real
you
cooking
push
unless
this, you soak this bread up real good. And you let that set for a little while. I did preheat my oven to 350, and I think it's just about up there. It is up there. So this bread all has to soak up with that milk and eggs and vanilla. So I like to kind of push it down.
How many slices of bread did you use?
I'm thinking it was 1.5 cups of chopped up bread. So I think it was about 7 slices. And I used a bread knife.
Is this just bread you got at the store?
Yeah, it was just bread I got at the store.
So you could probably use a cinnamon bread or...
Oh yeah, you could use that cinnamon bread from the bakery. Would really be good. So you let that set, soak all up, and then you use a 1/4 of a, not a half, but 1/4 of a cup of butter. Put that in here.
What'd you have on that butter there?
Well, there's a little cinnamon stuck to
Oh.
it. Not cinnamon, brown sugar.
Oh, okay, you had it stuck
And then it's a cup of brown sugar, but I did just a scant.
You learned that one a few weeks ago.
Yeah, we just did a scant of brown sugar.
So a scant is just a little less than a cup.
And you make that all together there. Mix that all up real good. So you soften that butter first. It's been sitting out since morning. I love this little spatula that
Yeah, that metal handle's nice.
It is very nice. Now, it's optional to put a cup of pecans in it, but I think the pecans make it really good. I forgot this.
Uh-oh. The main ingredient.
The main ingredient, yes. So this has to go in this. That should have been mixed in.
I was going to ask you if that was supposed to be mixed. Well, can you just mix it all up now?
We will just mix it all up now. I'm getting all flustered here.
Grandma Tanner was a little late coming in today. Into the 3 o'clock cooking. She took somebody on a tour of the orchard. She had some friends here.
So, anyway, you mix this all in. It should have been mixed in with the milk and the eggs, but this will work. Sometime if you goof, then you just kind of
wing it.
Wing it, right. I don't mind winging it. It all comes out the same.
Grandpa always says it all comes out in the hamburger.
Yeah. So, this is how it looks. And I did spray this casserole dish with some Pam before. I like that because then it comes loose. Now these employees are going to love this. This is so good. Okay, now I'll finish. This is the topping. So you just get that butter and brown sugar and those pecans. lots of sugar in this recipe. That's why I cut back a little bit on that brown sugar. And you could probably cut back a little bit on the white sugar too. It just makes a nice little crumb. Kind of blend it all together real good. Now I'm just going to use my hands and just kind of crumble this on top.
I wonder if you could put sliced apples in that.
Oh, I think you could. I think you could.
Mix that in. That would be good.
Mm-hmm. I think when you bake this, then the apples sink into that milk and eggs.
Mm-hmm. The pieces from that. But I bet fresh ones would be good in there.
Mm-hmm. Now, on this card from that honey apple pecan dip, there is another recipe for pecan pie. I thought that was kind of interesting. It is honey apple pecan pie. It's right there.
Where your rip is?
Where my rip is. And
that's all on the back of these.
Yes, that's what I like about these Country Home Creations, is that they have recipes. And then Karen gives out recipes. So now it's ready to go in the oven.
Does look good. Smells good, the one you made earlier.
Oh, yes. Okay, we'll stick this in the oven for, it's for 40 to 45 minutes. And the other one I had in there for 45 minutes, and it came out beautiful. I pulled it out already. I'll show it to you.
Now, since the other one was made in that, this one's in that clear glass, does that make a difference sometimes cooking?
I don't think so.
Okay.
So this is the one I made this morning. And our employees get to eat that. And I think we should get some ice cream.
Oh, yeah, that would be really good. I'm going to get a spoon over here. Sorry.
And taste that?
Well, I was going to cut it open and see what it looked like. Yeah, that'd be really good with bread. Or,
Cool Whip or...
Oh, man.
Is that good?
That is really good. Ice cream and caramel.
Yes. Our bread pudding that we put in that we sell out of the bakery, they use real apples, and then they drizzle some caramel on top.
That is really good, Grandma Tanner.
It's easy. I mean, this has got all the ingredients to make that really, you put that in hot water, half a cup of hot water. It's got all these little, looks like it's got some pecans in there. Yes.
Well, I'm going to go and have me a piece of this with some ice cream and caramel on it. But we'll be back next week on Thursday, again at 3 o'clock. Charlie, I did post a recipe. It's in our feed if you look at the post before this on Facebook and Instagram. But come out this weekend and get yourself some of these dips. We'll be having all kinds of fun stuff. You have to come out and see our new Rosie's Rollin' Sweet Stop.
Oh, yes.
It was an RV and it was rolling and now it's stopped. So we took the tires off and part of the engine out. But all right, Grandma, any idea what you might do next week?
No, I do not know exactly, but we do have pick your own apples, and I think the Golden Delicious they picked today, and Smitten. So we have some new varieties in the every week. There's more varieties on our table inside.
And at the U-Pick. They're usually ready at the U-Pick before we have them in the farm market. So thanks for watching and hope to see you guys all out here.